Hello, my amazing students, and welcome to this lesson where we will make advanced vocabulary easy. And we'll make it easy because I'll explain the structure in detail. I'll explain how to use it, and then you can practice it to make sure you understand it. Of course, you're watching JForrest English now. Let's get started here because I want you to sound advanced and professional, but also know that all the advanced vocabulary that you're learning will also help you sound natural because everything I'm explaining to you, you can use in a professional situation to sound advanced and professional, but you can also use it in your everyday speech to sound fluent and natural. So here is a basic thing to say, a regular thing to say. And just keep in mind that myself and all native speakers, we use basic and regular things to say. You should keep this in your vocabulary. You should not remove this because it's basic or common. This is absolutely acceptable to use. Okay, he is a good student. What are some more perhaps advanced ways you could say this same thing? I'll teach you some synonyms. In the meantime, let me say hello to all my students joining the live session. And for all my students watching the replay, hello and welcome to you. Make sure if you're watching the replay, you still practice, you still participate. Put everything in the comments as well. And hello to Jacob. Hello, Rianne. Yes, we are live. Hello, Rita. Yes, we're live. Hello, Horatio, Julia, Sergi, who was the namesake of my Learn English with the News. Hello, Sergi. I remember your comment. Okay, Christoph, let's do this. Hello to Bangladesh. Jonathan, welcome everyone. Manuel, nice to see you again. Good morning, Mohammed. Okay, everyone. What is perhaps a more advanced way we could say he is a good student? Maybe you're thinking this about yourself. I'm a good student. I study English every day. What about you? Is that what you're thinking about yourself? Hopefully you are. So here are some perhaps more advanced alternatives that you can use. He's studious. Studious. So studious is the adjective that describes someone who spends a lot of time studying and who is very serious about their studies. So does that describe you? Are you studious? So perhaps you can use that in an example sentence in the comments. So you can share, yes, I am studious, and give us an example. How much time do you spend learning English? How often do you learn English? What makes you studious? Or if you want to make this negative, what would you say? No, I'm not studious. And then maybe you want to share why or how you can fix that. So, what about you? Are you studious? Notice that pronunciation, studious, studious. Studious. How about he's diligent? Diligent. If someone is diligent, it means they're assigned something like a task or an exercise, a lesson for homework, and they get started, they make a plan, and they follow that plan to be diligent. So you can absolutely use this in the workplace as well. Studious is really in an academic context. However, if you're on a training course, for work purposes, you could use this, but diligent, you can describe an employee. Oh, she's a diligent employee. She's diligent. Now, let's practice this last one together because I see a lot of mistakes with this last one. You can say he is dedicated. Notice that ed is pronounced as id. Dedicated. Dedicated, committed. You have that id for both of them. The final T is more of a soft D in American English. Dedicated, did, committed, did. He's or she's or we are, they are. Don't forget to conjugate your verb to be. Dedicated, you can end it right there. He's dedicated. Wow. He is so dedicated. He woke up at 5 o'clock a.m. He is dedicated. But then you can continue on and use the preposition to Now, after that, you need a noun, his studies, or you need a gerund verb. So, what's the action? He's dedicated to, what's the result he wants? To passing his exam. So, everyone, put an example using dedicated to plus a gerund. What are you dedicated to? What are you committed to? And this is for my students watching live and also all my students watching the replay. Okay, Stefania says, I was a pretty diligent student. So, pretty means it's modifying it, it's making it slightly stronger. I was a pretty diligent student. So it doesn't mean the maximum amount of diligent. It means a modest amount by using pretty. I was a pretty diligent student when I was at high school in the 80s. That's great to hear, Stefania. And you're still a excuse me. I said diligent. That is not correct. diligent student right now. Okay, awesome job. Sergi says, I'm a studious. I'm studying as much as I can. Okay, I'm glad you said this because if you have a studious, you need a noun because the article is used with nouns, but studious is an adjective. So you can say, I'm a studious person, studious man, studious student, although that sounds a little redundant, to be honest. Otherwise, just get rid of the article and say, I'm studious. All right. And Hidaki says, okay, same thing, not a dedicated. You have to just say, I'm dedicated, because dedicated is the adjective. So you corrected yourself. I'm dedicated. Oh, but to, what do we need? One more correction, Hidaki. You need the gerund verb. If you want to, you can have a something. I'm dedicated to my studies, my English studies. Okay. But because you have a verb, speak, you need the ing. Oh, Mohammed said, I loved the turtle story. Does anyone understand what this means? If you are not on my email list, make sure you sign up. You can go to my website, jforrestenglish.com, and just get the free speaking guide. And then you'll automatically be on my email list. Every Monday, I send a motivational email. And this Monday, it was about a tortoise and a hare. Do you know the story about the tortoise and the hare? Tortoise is like a turtle, and then hare is like a rabbit. Thank you, Mohammed, for saying that. Okay. I am a dedicated Jennifer's YouTube user. Yes, Hamid, you can say this because for one, you just want user with no S. I'm a dedicated user. User of what? I'm a dedicated Jennifer's YouTube user. You can technically say that because I'm a dedicated user. Okay, everyone, awesome job. And Rim said he is dedicated to improving himself. Exactly. And Hidaki, great job correcting yourself. And that's what we're doing here. We're just practicing and correcting. Great job. All right, excellent. Let's move on to our next regular way of communicating this. Again, just know you should keep this in your vocabulary. You should absolutely say, I'm giving a presentation. She's giving a presentation. You should use this every single day because native speakers do. However, native speakers know many alternatives to communicate this one idea. And that's where this concept of being able to express your ideas in different contexts because you have alternatives. So let me share some more advanced alternatives. If you know one alternative, share it in the comments right now if you're watching live or watching the replay. You can say, she's presenting. So here, instead of saying giving a presentation, she's presenting. What is the difference between sentence A and sentence B? Well, of course, it's the fact that in sentence A, she's giving a presentation. A presentation is the noun, but in this sentence, She's presenting. To present is the verb. Is in the same verb tense, the present continuous, because it's taking place now. She's giving a presentation as we speak. She's presenting her ideas. It sounds slightly more formal to use present as a verb instead of give as a verb. Now, to sound even a little more formal, a little more professional, you can say she's addressing the client's concerns, but they're not interchangeable. When you present information, it's not necessarily the same as addressing concerns. So if you address something, it means that someone shared a problem with you. So maybe one of my students said, Jennifer, your audio is not very good. I can't hear you very well. The quality is poor. So I might address your concerns by adjusting my audio. So you first have to share information with me, and then I respond to that information. That would be addressing one's concerns or one's question, for example. You can address a problem as well. So we often use this with more negative information or a concern, a complaint. Okay, the next one, she's sharing. To share is a more everyday verb. It's more of a replacement to give instead in terms of formality. However, notice here, instead of a presentation, the main takeaways. The main takeaways. Does anyone know what a takeaway is? First of all, what is it? Is it a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb? That's always useful to identify what part of speech it is. She's sharing, you share something. It's a noun. Now, the noun is the takeaways, and main is the adjective to describe that. The takeaways are the main points, the main ideas, the most important information from something. So at the end of this session, I can ask you, what are your main takeaways? And maybe the one thing you remember the most is I need to use the gerund verb with dedicated and committed to. That is the one piece of information that you remember the most. That is your takeaway from this lesson. So it's a very useful noun to have in your vocabulary. You can have it as singular, my one takeaway, or you can have it as plural. My main takeaways are. You can use to facilitate as the verb. This is probably the most formal. She's facilitating the discussion. If you facilitate a conversation or a discussion or a meeting, it means that you allow it to happen, you cause it to happen. You are responsible for making sure that everyone shares their ideas, everyone has a chance to talk, all the information is presented. Okay, so we have a lot of different words here. So, what's your main takeaway from this? Which one do you want to add to your vocabulary? Stefania said sharing is caring. This could be one of the main takeaways. Sharing is caring. Very nice. Rita said she's presenting the present continuous. She is presenting her new project. You present something to someone, to her boss and her colleagues. Very nicely done. Perfect job. All right, everyone. She is sharing the conference. Yeah, exactly. So she is sharing in the conference. I don't think I would use the preposition in. She is sharing information about the conference. Or if you use conference, I might say she is sharing the conference agenda or the conference details. Because what is it about the conference? The conference layout. So, conference might describe something like the agenda or the layout or the details. Okay, very nicely done, everyone. And Manuel said, it is clients' concerns that she is addressing. Exactly. Very nice. She is addressing clients' concerns. Very nice. Excellent job, everyone. Okay, if you are enjoying this lesson, put yes, 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 yes in the comments. And of course, like this lesson and subscribe so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. Let's go, everyone, to the next regular thing you probably say in your day to day speech. Now, you can replace the meeting with whatever you want. I can't attend Jennifer's live lesson because I work at that time. I can't attend the party. I can't attend the conference. I can't attend whatever it might be. So, what could be an alternative way? Perhaps a more advanced way to say this. Okay. And Bakhtiar, you are right on time. So great job coming right now. Participant. So maybe you mean the verb to participate. To participate. If you use participate, you need a preposition that complements it. What would that preposition be? Okay. And I have a lot of yes, yes, yeses. Stefania, Candy, Tata, Horatio, Bakhtiar, Rita. Awesome, everyone. And Nargis. And hello, Reza. Faria. Awesome, everyone. Okay, so this one I hear a lot from my students, but this is a direct translation. So we don't use the verb assist in the sense of attend. The verb assist exists in English, but if you say, Jennifer, can I assist you? It would be, Jennifer, can I help you? Can I assist you? Can I offer my assistance? Assistance is the noun form of the verb assist. But I can't assist. I hear this a lot from students, but it's a direct translation that does not work in English. Oh, right. So Rita said, I can't join. Yes, you can absolutely say that. I can't join the meeting. Very nice. Let's review some. So this is probably what I say. I can't make the meeting. Now, remember I said, yes, maybe there is a more formal way of saying this, but there's also a more natural way that makes you sound like a native speaker. The natural way is to use the verb make. Oh, sorry, I can't make the meeting. Now, instead of the meeting, if the context is obvious, Jennifer, are you coming to the meeting? The context is obvious. Then I can say, oh, sorry, I can't make it. I'm hosting a live lesson. Sorry, I can't make it. Are you coming to my party? I wish I could, but I can't make it. Unfortunately, I can't make it. So you can use a word of regret, like sorry, unfortunately, I wish I could, but I can't make it. So it replaces the singular noun, conference, party, meeting, event. Okay, so that's the most natural way to say it. That's how I say it. Now, perhaps a more formal way, you could say, sorry, I have a scheduling conflict. You can use this in your social life if you were invited to a party, but it sounds a little more formal. It sounds like it's more of a workplace expression. So, a scheduling conflict is if the meeting starts at 9 o'clock a.m. So this is your, apparently my hand is a calendar. So 9 o'clock a.m. is the meeting, but then you look in your calendar and you already have something at 9 o'clock a.m. Or you have something that starts at 9:30 and the meeting will be for 1 hour. Or you have something before, but you know it will go long. That is a scheduling conflict. So you can't just say, I have a conflict. I have a scheduling conflict. So they understand that it has to do with the events in your schedule. Okay. Sorry, I'm already booked. That's a more casual way of saying I have a scheduling conflict because if you are booked, it means you have something in your calendar. I'm booked. Okay. Booked. Notice that T for the ED, I'm booked. This means you already have a meeting in your calendar. I'm booked. Unfortunately, I have another commitment. This also means you have a scheduling conflict, but it's using a different term. I have another commitment. And that commitment might be professionally, it might be in your personal life as well. It's very vague. Unfortunately, I have another commitment. Or you can just simply say, oh, I'm not free. Sorry, I'm not free. Sorry, I'm not available at that time. So if you just want to be general about the time, you can say at that time. That time represents the time the meeting, the party, the conference, the event is scheduled or is booked. All right. I can't be part of the meeting. You can say that. Absolutely. You can say that. I can participate. Yeah. I can't attend the meeting. I can't participate. Now, if you include the meeting, you need one additional word between I can't participate, the meeting. Does anyone know what that one word is? And culture said, sorry, I couldn't make it. Exactly. So that's speaking about a past event. Hey, why didn't you come to my party? Oh, sorry, I couldn't make it. I was stuck at work. And then you could provide the reason why. I can't make it. Yes, that is okay. And that is absolutely what I would say. That is the natural way of saying it. Oh, so here you can just say, sorry, I have a lot on my plate right now. Who knows what this means? I have a lot on my plate. This is an idiom to mean I'm very busy. Or, as O'Neill said, you can also say I'm swamped, which also means I'm very busy. Okay. Oh, Rita, I have a scheduling conflict. I have to celebrate my birthday. Amazing. Awesome job, everyone. Okay. I can't attend the meeting. I can't make it. I'll be on a business trip. Exactly. So, this is the scheduling conflict. You're already booked. Yeah, Hidaki, just you don't need I can't take part in the meeting. I can't take part in the meeting. Okay. Yeah, exactly. You just corrected it. Very clever. Good job, everyone. Now, remember I said if you use participate, you need another word before meeting. I can't participate in the meeting. You participate in something, in something. Did you participate in Jennifer's live lesson? And then everyone here can say, yes, I did. Yes, I participated in Jennifer's live lesson. Don't forget the in. All right, everyone. Awesome job. Okay, culture, I'm tied. Tied. Tied up. The pronunciation is similar, but it's tied. Like you tie your shoes, it's the same verb. Or you tie a tie, I'm tied up. That means you have a scheduling conflict or you are already booked. You have another commitment. I'm tied up. All right, everyone. Awesome. Let's move on to our next one. So, this is absolutely something I would say, and you absolutely can keep saying this. They work well together. So, here are some members on a team. They're smiling, they're positive, they work well together. What else can we say? Is there an alternative way, maybe using a phrasal verb, an idiom, an expression, or is there a more advanced way we can express this? What can we say? Oh, Christoph said they're on the same page. Yes, you can absolutely say that. Just know that we use this specifically if there is a decision to be made or a discussion and everyone agrees, everyone has the same opinion, everyone has the same suggestion, then you can say they're on the same page. But in a more general context, you it 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 doesn't have the same meaning. So there has to be some decision or discussion taking place. Yeah, and you can absolutely say pre-Dewan, you can say they get along. They get along. Very nice. Oh, I like this. A team player, a good team player. Yeah. So because it's a good team player, you would use it with one person. So she is a good team player. He is a good team player. Oh, Horatio read my mind. The team complements each other very well because I have that one here. Okay. So let's review some. They have a strong how would I pronounce this word? This is a word that the English borrow from the French. So we adopt French pronunciation for this. So we say rapport, pour. Notice the T is silent. Rapport, rapport. They have a strong rapport. What is a rapport? It's a relationship, a working relationship. So you can either say they have a strong relationship. If it's obvious it's a work context, you don't have to say working relationship, but you can. They have a strong relationship. They have a strong rapport. So it's very commonly, this word rapport is very commonly used. So repeat after me rapport, rapport. Relationship. Of course, you know that one. So they have a strong. You can replace strong with they have an excellent rapport. They have a positive rapport. They have a beneficial rapport. So you could use an alternative. How about this one? First of all, let's look at the pronunciation. They're close knit. Knit. So notice that K is silent. And there's a verb in English, to knit, if anyone knows the action of this, when you make a scarf or a piece of clothing out of wool, that is the verb knit, and it's the exact same pronunciation. It's the same spelling as well. So the K is silent, knit. So a close knit team is just a close team. So you could say they're close, meaning they work well together. They work positively together. They're close knit. Now, remember, we talked about this previously. If you add the article a, you have to add a noun because close knit is an adjective. Adjectives don't take articles, nouns take articles. And notice here, we are using the verb to be with both of these. So if you changed your subject or the time reference, you would need to change the verb to be. They are there. They're a close-knit team. So they're a team. What type of team? A close-knit team. Now you can say they have a working relationship and then positive or supportive. We talked about this one. It's just adding working in front of relationship. Now, as one of my smart students said, you can use the verb to complement. If the verb complement means that two things go well together. So if you're drinking your morning cup of coffee, this is actually tea, but let's say you're having coffee, what would complement your coffee? Maybe a piece of toast, maybe some sort of bread, or maybe some fruit, some nuts. What do you think? What would complement your coffee? What would go well with your coffee? You could say this lipstick complements my shirt because they go well together. Did you notice that? I chose it specifically. So the team, they go well together. They complement each other. Now, you can also use this. Let's say she is very technically skilled and she's an amazing coder, but he is very organized, and he loves organizing all of their files. So because they have different skills, but those skills go well together, she focuses on coding, the technical work, and then he focuses on organizing everything that she does. So those two skills go well together. Okay. A student asked, well, I'm great. How are you? But this student is what I wanted to pull up. Dawit. Can we say they are complete? Not really. I mean, grammatically, it's correct, but it doesn't have the same meaning. You might say the team is complete uh, in the sense that they have everything they need. So they need 5 people on the team. Before there were 3 people. Then they hired one more, and then they hired one more. So now the team is complete. But that doesn't mean they work well together. The team is complete, but they don't get along at all. So they don't complement each other. So it's not the same meaning, although it is grammatical. Okay. Oh, Rita. Jennifer has a strong relationship with her students and they're a close knit team. What do you guys think? Do you agree with this? If you do, put let's go or that's right. Put yes, put something, thumbs up, happy face. Put something in the chat if you agree with this. I certainly agree with this. All right. I love that one. Okay, our next one. Ooh, what's your opinion? What's your opinion? Of course, you should keep this in your vocabulary. I certainly do. But what are some alternative ways to say the same thing? Maybe using an expression or maybe using just an alternative word as synonym. All right. And Nargis agrees that we go well together. We complement each other. We're a close knit team. Math Basics agrees. Christoph agrees. What is this? Auctional Break agrees. All right. Stefania agrees. Hamid agrees. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on. What's your take? What's your take? What's your take? I believe I have this one. Oh, it's my first one. Now, notice I have on this in brackets, in parentheses, because it's optional. When I put things in parentheses, it means it's optional. What's your take? Just like Julia has, that is grammatically correct. Or you could say, what's your take on this? On this represents whatever you're discussing. I think we should hire Jennifer as our English teacher. What's your take on this? This being, should we hire Jennifer as our English teacher? So, what's your take on this? What's your take on this? What's your take? What's your take? So, take represents your opinion, your viewpoint. Now, you can say, what's your perspective, view, point of view, or viewpoint? So, notice the different ways of view. You can just say view, point of view. Don't forget that of. Now, when I say this as one, I'm going to turn that of into an ah sound. Point of view. Point of view. You don't have to do that, but I'm just sharing that so you understand when native speakers say it. Just remember, you might hear ah, but it's of. It's just an unstressed point of view or viewpoint. And notice viewpoint is one word, viewpoint. And again, you can say on this, but you don't have to. What's your perspective on this? What's your point of view on this question? You could say, how do you see this? So, how one sees something is their perspective of the world. When you and I look at this information, we don't see the same thing. You might see something completely different from me because that's our perspectives. That's our point of views, right? So, how do you see this? Now, to answer, in my opinion, from my perspective, don't forget that in my opinion, from my perspective, from my viewpoint, from my point of view. Okay. So change that preposition in, from. Oh, you can. So, how about this? In your opinion, from your point of view, are these lessons beneficial where we do a live lesson and I offer you feedback? I really would like to know because I want to know if you enjoy this style of lesson. So please, in your opinion, from your point of view, are these lessons helpful? Please let me know. I'm honest. I really do want to know. Now, Tata said, what are your thoughts on this? So, what is technically you need? What is your thought? Because is has to match the noun. So if you use thoughts, plural, just change it to what are. And if you say it in fast spoken English, what are. We take are and we just say what are. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Okay, but excellent. You can absolutely use that and it's very natural. Very nicely done. Okay. Whoa, there are a lot of comments here. Okay. From my perspective, they have different opinions. Exactly. Very nice. English with a shock said, I'm enjoying it. I'm glad to hear it. What's your belief? Yes, you can use this read up. Generally, when we ask about one's beliefs, we use this for more things related to traditions and culture and religion. But if I am in a meeting context, it's not as common, although it is asking about your perspective, your viewpoint, but it's not this. In my opinion, it's not exactly this. In my opinion, in my opinion, it's not exactly the same as asking for one's opinion. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Excellent job, everyone. You can use the word suggestion. A suggestion is more, what do you think we should do? How should I solve this problem? So slightly different, but absolutely you can say it. All right. Okay. Pick your brain. Do you guys know what this means? To pick one's brain. So we use this. So instead of I pick your brain, because that is in the present simple, so that means it's a routine action. We generally use this maybe as a question. Can I pick your brain? Can I buy you a coffee and pick your brain? This is what native speakers get messages like that all the time. Can I buy you a coffee and pick your brain? How about I buy you lunch and pick your brain? We use this when we want to benefit from someone's knowledge, experience, training, information. Okay. So if you know that this woman is an expert coder and you want to become a coder, you want to know what her experience was. How did she become an expert coder? What can you do to become an expert coder? How does she solve problems? How does she work? Can I buy you coffee and pick your brain? And then you're just going to ask her a bunch of questions and try to find out as much information as you can to personally benefit yourself. So I love that you you shared that. It's a great one. Okay. How about this one? The seminar was busy, busy. So you don't have to use seminar. You can use the mall. The mall was busy. The conference was busy. The resort, the hotel was busy. Traffic was busy. So what could we use instead of busy? Busy. Of course, you can absolutely still use busy and you should use busy. But there are many different ways you can say this, many different ways that natives use. So learning these alternatives will give you more options to express yourself, but will also help you improve your listening skills when native speakers use these expressions as well. Okay. What could we say? How about Luciano has one that I'm going to teach you. The seminar was packed, packed, packed. Very nicely done. Hectic, hectic. There's a C in front of the T. Hectic, hectic. Chaotic, chaotic. Excellent job. Overwhelming. Oh, this one has a little bit of a negative sound. Overwhelming. Okay, congested. That's a great one. Congested, congested. Okay. The seminar was full. Absolutely. You can say that as well. Ooh, vibrant, vibrant. This has a more positive sound to it. So, overwhelming, vibrant. So, when you learn these alternatives, often there's a feeling you get when you hear that word as well. Oh, jam. Okay, close, but you have to add something to this as well. Crowded, buzzing, buzzing. Very nicely done, everyone. All right. How about crowded? We already had. Packed, we already had. So, this is what I meant with jam. So, you can't just say jam, you have to say jam packed, which has the exact same meaning as packed. It just sounds slightly stronger. So, if I hear the seminar was packed, the mall was packed, the mall was jam packed, the seminar was jam packed. So, it's a little busier, a little more packed. So, packed, imagine you have a suitcase and you fill that suitcase entirely. You can't even do up the zipper because it is so full. That is packed. And so you could say, my suitcase is jam packed. My seminar or my suitcase is packed. My suitcase is jam packed. Okay, or action packed. Now, action packed you would not use for suitcase because action packed means many different activities taking place at once or learning many different things at once. So, hopefully, you feel like this lesson was action packed, meaning that you learned many different things in one lesson because, of course, I want this to be worth your time. And if you go to a seminar, you want it to be action packed. I learned this. I saw this. I met this person. I did this. I experienced this. I participated in this. So it was action packed. I did so many different things. So your suitcase can be jam packed, completely full. And then your vacation can be action packed. If your vacation, your weekend, your day is action packed, it means you have so many different activities, one after the other. You are doing so many different things. So, what about you? Do you like your weekends to be action packed, or do you like a more relaxed weekend? What about your vacations? Do you like your vacations to be action packed, or do you like a more relaxed vacation? And then students shared vibrant, thriving, productive. All of those have positive feelings to them. Vibrant, thriving, productive. They're all positive. Okay. So the seminar had plenty of people. So you don't use the verb to be here, Daniela. You can say the seminar was full of plenty of people, but it's easier just to replace was with had. The seminar had, possessed. The seminar had plenty of people. Okay. And Rita said the concert was packed with people and vibrant, full of energy. Stefania prefers a relaxing weekend. Very nice. Okay, Manuel said the seminar was packed. Exactly. This seminar was crammed with attendees. So when you cram, so if you cram something into your suitcase, it means your suitcase is already full. And then you try to fit one more thing and you have to cram it in there. So we use this a lot for transportation. The train or the bus could be completely full, but then you try to cram two more people onto the train. Okay. And O'Neill prefers a laid back. Ooh, excellent adjective choice instead of relaxing, laid back. That can be the alternative to action packed, laid back. Action packed, laid back. I love that. What about your vacations? Do you like action packed or laid back? All right. Now, our next one, they're finalizing the plan. So, finalizing the plan. What else could we say? This is great. Keep saying this. You should absolutely say finalizing the plan. I before this lesson, well, last night actually, last night I spent about an hour finalizing the lesson. Now, keep in mind that's different from creating. When you finalize something, it means that it's already in a somewhat complete status, maybe 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. And then you do the additional work to complete it. So that would be finalizing. So first I created the lesson and then I finalized the lesson. This lesson for you. I had an action-packed day yesterday, creating so many new lessons for my students. Okay. Oh, concluding, agreeing on the action. Very nice. Ending the plan. Okay. Very nice. Very nicely done. What do we have as some alternatives here? They're finalizing the plan. They're putting the final touches on the plan. Now, the final touches, those I would say the plan is 90, 95, 99% done. And then they're just putting the remaining thing. So maybe they're putting the page number in the corner. They're putting their logo on the front. They're making sure everything is spelled correctly. That could be putting the final touches on the plan. You can absolutely use this in a social context. If you're hosting a party or planning a romantic evening with your partner, you might put the final touches on your evening by lighting some candles or whatever you want to do. Okay, so notice the verb is put the final touches on something. They're putting the final touches on the plan. How about this one? They're cementing. Do you know what cement is? Cement is what is cement? Cement is a material that turns rock hard and you use it to build houses and roads and surfaces. So cement means it's final. So if they're cementing the details, it means after that, it's done. You can't change it, basically. It's the image, because I want you to think of cement, and cement, once it's solid, you can't change it really. It's done. It's final. They're cementing the details. Cementing. They're cementing the details. So you might say, we just cemented the details of the conference. So we chose the date, we chose the hotel or conference center, and it's final. We can't change it. It's final. We paid the money already. It's final. We cemented the details. They're concluding. So the verb to conclude. I wouldn't necessarily say they're concluding the plan. It sounds better if it's a specific part. They're concluding the planning phase. So they have an entire plan or a project. You can conclude a project because there's a start and an end. So you can conclude the entire project, which means end, or a project is often divided into specific parts and you can conclude a specific part. They're concluding the planning phase. So I might conclude the teaching phase of my lesson and then move on to the question and answer phase. Now, they're wrapping up negotiations. To wrap something up is a phrasal verb that means to end, to bring to an end. So, in the last 5 minutes, I might say, okay, let's wrap up this lesson by practicing once more. Okay, let's end this lesson. They're wrapping up negotiations. All right. And Rita said they're wrapping up the plan for their wedding. Yes, so they're bringing it to an end. They're almost done. And William, yes, to make a rock or wall. Sometimes it's very difficult to describe common things on the spot. So just know that native speakers struggle with this too. How would I describe cement? It's not the easiest thing to do without preparing. Okay, the plan is finally over. Exactly. Yeah, in just a few minutes, I'll be wrapping up the live. I'll be ending the live. Very nice. They're sealing the plan. Yeah, you could say that. They're sealing the plan. They're reaching a close deal. Very nice. The last stretch of the plan. Yeah. So if you have different phases, you can refer to those as stretches as well. And it's right before the end, the last stretch. We just have to do these 3 more things. Very nice. And yes, to wrap up is like conclude, to bring to an end, to finish. Yes, it is. It's a more casual way, but keep in mind when I say casual, I mean this positively. Conclude sounds very formal. I would not, like in my context, I would not say, let's conclude the lesson. That to me sounds too formal. I would say, let's wrap up because that's the friendly, natural, everyday way of saying it. Okay, now we do need to wrap up. The training was good or great. Everyone, you know alternatives to good or great. What could you say? Put them in the chat as well. The training was good. The training was great. What can you say? I know you can probably list 5, 10, 15 different alternatives to good or great. Oh, right. What can we say? The training was, what could you say? Who knows? I'm sure you know many different alternatives. And just remember, you absolutely can and should say good, great. They're standard. They're what native speakers use as well. There's just alternatives that you can use. The training was stunning. Stunning. That's a very powerful adjective. Keep in mind, though, that we use stunning generally to describe something that's very beautiful. So you can say the training was beautiful. Maybe the room, wow, the room was stunning. There were these beautiful chandeliers and paintings, floral centerpieces. Maybe the visuals were stunning. The visuals meaning what you have on this screen. This is a visual. It's a visual that I'm using for the sentence, the training was good or great. This is my visual. So the pictures, the images that someone uses in a presentation. You might say the visuals were stunning. For example, essential, excellent, excellent, very nice, essential, extremely important, enjoyable, beneficial, incredible. The training was astonishing. Love it. Oh, okay. Nargis, excellent job using this, but you need was mind blowing because my blown mind, This is the passive form, but you want the adjective. So the adjective is mind blowing, blowing. The training was mind blowing. Whoa. This means you learned information that caused you to think about things differently, that caused you to change your perspective. The training was amazing, magnificent. Yes, you can absolutely say that. Marvelous, fantastic, outstanding, brilliant, rewarding. I don't think I even need to give you any of mine because we have so many synonyms from my smart students. What did I say? Okay, the training met my expectations. This means that this is what I thought I would learn at the training, and this is what I learned. It met my expectations. It exceeded my expectations. I thought I was going to learn this, and I learned this more. It exceeded my expectations. And then the other ones, the training was beneficial. We already learned this one. The training was eye-opening. Whoa. If something is eye-opening, if someone tells you something and you're like, "What? Really? Wow." Your eyes actually open. So that's what you can think of. It's similar to what Nargis said with mind blowing. Maybe this presenter shared a different way to organize your files. I know that's a boring choice, but hey, he shared a way that could save you 15 hours per week using this one simple tool. Really? Wow, that was so eye opening. I learned how to save 15 hours per week just by this one change, this one tool. Invaluable. Valuable is positive. Invaluable is positive as well. Invaluable. But all my smart students have so many examples in the comments. So for everyone watching the replay, look in the live chat as well, because there are so many examples, and all my students, make sure you write all of these down as well. Okay, we are going to wrap up after this last example. Thanks for your help. Absolutely, you should say this. I say it every single day. It's so important to give gratitude. When was the last time you thanked your friends, your partner, your mother, your father, your sister, your kids? Make it a point to give someone gratitude today. I promise you, it will improve your relationship, improve your rapport with that person. So let's look at some alternative ways to say that. Thanks for your help. What else could you say instead of thanks for your help? English with Ashok said, I appreciate your help. Who could you say this to today? Your kids? Your parents? Call your mom, call your dad, tell them, I appreciate everything you've done for me. Think of how that will make them feel. Tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your friends. I appreciate your help. Excellent job. Okay. Ooh, you made my day. So, yes, I use this a lot. Let's say one of my students wrote, Jennifer, this was such an amazing lesson. Thank you so much. I could just say, aw, Julia, you made my day. Your positive comment made my day. You made my day. It's my pleasure. So I would end it there. It's my pleasure. If you want to use to, you would need a verb. It's my pleasure to help you. It's my pleasure to help you. It's my pleasure to help you. Very nice. Okay. Ooh, I owe you one. I owe you one. Yeah. So let's say my friend drives me to the airport. I could say, thank you so much. I owe you one. This means that my friend did something for me, so I am going to do something for my friend in the future. All right. Thanks for your support. Support instead of help. Exactly. You are a star. Exactly. I love using this one. And most of you know that I often put rock in front of it. You're a rock star, but you can absolutely say, you're a star. You made my day, Jennifer. Well, you made my day right back with your positive comment. So thank you. Okay. Yeah, it's my pleasure. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Exactly. Very nicely done. So here are some alternatives that I wrote. I greatly appreciate your help or assistance. So if you want to sound a little more formal, instead of help, you can say assistance. And you can say I appreciate. You can add greatly. I really, I truly, I greatly appreciate your help, your assistance. Don't forget the possessive, your help, your assistance. You can say thanks for taking the time. You can end it there, or to help. Thanks for taking the time to help. Thanks for taking the time to help me. I couldn't have done it without you. This is a great one. I couldn't have done it without you. Or as Sergey said, you rock, you rock. I love that one as well. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for your help, for your assistance, for driving me to the airport. So just remember, you need for and then a noun or a gerund. You can say, you're a lifesaver. We really use this last one, a lifesaver. Let's say my car broke down. So my car, it would not start. My car broke down and there were no taxis, there were no Ubers, and I needed to get to the airport. So this is more of an emergency situation. It doesn't mean my life is in danger. It just means that a business deal could be in danger, or visiting my family, which is really important to me, could be in danger. And then you drive me to the airport. You're a lifesaver. You're a lifesaver because you did something that really helped me in a difficult situation, a critical situation, or an emergency situation. So this is a great one, but it does sound quite severe. So if someone just sends an email, maybe it's not the appropriate context. All right, everyone. I greatly appreciate you helping me with my move. Exactly, exactly. That sounds wonderful, Rita. And let's wrap up. Let's wrap up on a positive note. We have some thanks and gratitude and appreciation. So, also, I really do want to encourage you, tell someone today that you appreciate them. Thank someone today, not me. I appreciate your thanks, but you guys, you thank me enough. Please thank someone else, your family, your friends, a stranger. Appreciate, give gratitude. It will make you feel better or as good as the person you express it to. All right, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. If you liked this lesson, you know the drill. Yes, 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 yes. Like this lesson and subscribe so you're notified the next time I go live with a new lesson for you. Think of everything we learned today. I taught you a lot of vocabulary, but the chat taught you so much vocabulary as well. So I hope you think this lesson was action packed and you learned a lot. And it was my pleasure spending this time with you. So thank you, everyone. And I will see all of you very, very soon. Mwah. Sending you my love. Bye bye.